A new poll from USA Today finds that fans of theme parks don't believe Disney belongs in the top 10 anymore. What's that? Not a single Disney park in the top 10 for North America? It can't be real. Today we'll tell you how we feel about it and why maybe you shouldn't believe everything you see, even from USA Today. Hello, dreamers of all ages. Welcome back to TPP, where all the news should be fun, and today it definitely is fun. We're going to surprise you today, I believe, Jonas, Culture, and I, talking about, well, a defense of Disney, if you can believe it. But also, look out, because Dollywood and Epic Universe, you're getting one heck of a shout out.
Yeah, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if I need a spreadsheet, a 5 a.m. wake-up alarm, and a payment plan to go to a theme park, something has gone terribly, terribly wrong.
That's the response from Snarky J to how things are going poorly at Disney and Disney World and Disneyland, but she's not the only one saying such a thing. Michael Girdley has this to say over on his channel.
They've started to roll out a bunch of stuff specifically targeting the ultra wealthy. There's that special neighborhood that they've built inside of Walt Disney World where you can buy like an $8 million house. Like, come on, guys. At the same time, they've started to remove a lot of the special experiences and magic moments that people had when they were inside of the park. The character interactions and stuff like that, those are expensive. You got to hire people to come in and wear those costumes. At the same
Folks, it seems like everywhere you go, some of our favorite channels out there are starting to recognize that the parks are simply not the same way that they have been, and something has changed. And now Disney fails to crack top 10 U.S. theme parks list. Yes, this is going beyond the mainstream, and now it's just in everybody's houses and homes. Everybody's talking about it. It's not just in the mainstream media anymore. It's not just in the new media anymore. It's not just us, a bunch of cranks talking about being cranky about Disney. No. Apparently, the market is speaking and speaking loudly. What's this about? Well, if we go to the USA Today top 10 best theme parks, what do we got? Let's see here. It says 2026 theme park guide from thrilling coasters to amazing cuisine, published April 29th. You can see the best roller coaster right now, as judged by the folks out there, is the Phoenix at Nobles. We've also got best theme park at Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. Not the one I would have anticipated, but what do we think about this? Well, let's go to the USA Today top 10. Number 10, voted by average consumers out there, Hershey Park. Number 9, Cedar Point. Number 8, Holiday World. Jonas, you were at Holiday World some time ago. Do you think it deserves number 8?
It
Okay.
was good. It was good. There were parts of it that I was very impressed by, but okay.
Number 7, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Number 6, Kings Island. We've got number 5, SeaWorld Orlando. Number 4, Kennywood. Number 3, Lost Island Theme Park. Okay. Number 2 is Nobles, and number 1 is Silver Dollar City. All right.
Wow.
Here's what I want to say. I think that our friends on their channels they're telling you the truth, and Disney World and Disneyland have been kind of abused when it comes to the way the company sees them. They've been used to subsidize the suck in the studios, where they're not hitting the box office the way they used to, so all the money's got to be made off the backs of theme park guests. But I guess I would like to defend Disney in a rare moment right now. And I'm going to tell you, Disney should be in the top 10 here.
Yeah.
And not only should Disney be in the top 10, but Universal Studios should be in the top 10. Dollywood should easily be in the top 10. And there are some other, well, let's just call them farms in California that should be in the top 10. So as much as people are making a big to-do about the USA Today poll, Jonas, I'm going to defend Disney and say, they should be up there.
I had a great time at Holiday World, and my kids had a great time at Holiday World, but there is no universe in which that is better than Magic Kingdom.
Right. And you know, it's the 3 best parks I think right now are Universal Studios in Florida, is the entire Disney World Resort. We'll get into individual parks in just a minute. And Dollywood. I think those are the top 3 in the nation. You can make an argument for Knott's Berry Farm. You can make an argument for some of the other places, for Busch Gardens. But I really think that's the top 3. I think, we can debate where they're placed, and we can debate the theme parks that are within them. But if you go to any of those 3, whether it's Disney World, Universal Studios, or Dollywood, there are arguments that can be made. It's harder to argue that Dollywood is better than the other 2 simply because of size. But, we can make the argument. It's a beautiful park. But as much as Disney is struggling, I still say it's at least in the top 10. Fair?
Yeah, absolutely. This to me, we rag on Disney all the time, but there's a lot about Disney that they have set themselves a standard that they are currently not living up to, more than it's a bad park all around. Like, I don't want to see the remnants of Tom Sawyer Island right now. That is tragic, but there's not a world in which Disney is not a top 10 theme park. It may not be
Right.
top 5 right now. It could be in 5 years, but man, no.
So let's run through the list, okay?
Let's be real.
I think if we make our top 10, number one for me is going to be Epic Universe. I think Epic Universe is the best park probably in the world, but let's stay to North America, okay? Because Disney Sea would be something we'd have to consider. So in North America only, number one, I'm going to put Epic Universe. Number two, I'm probably going to put Islands of Adventure.
Same. I might even make a debate for Islands of Adventure may actually be a better park than Epic Universe when you talk about number of rides and variety for a family. But Super Nintendo World is amazing all by itself, and it's massive. And
it's a giant attraction.
Great. Yes,
Yeah.
The whole land is the attraction, and it really is, because I don't care a thing about that Mario Kart ride.
So after that, I get into a more difficult spot, okay? Because after the top two, and you can debate which one should be in the number one, number two, but after that, we get into a place where I say, okay, Magic Kingdom or Dollywood. That's a harder question for me. I think I put Magic Kingdom in number 3 and Dollywood at number 4. Does that sound right to you, Culture Jonas?
Yeah, actually, because Dollywood is really, really special. There's no park out there. Well, I take that back. Silver Dollar City is a lot like Dollywood.
Then at the number 5 spot, we get into the other Disney parks, probably. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at, where do you put Animal Kingdom? It's kind of a zoo. I don't know. We could talk about, I guess I put Epcot at number 5. I guess that's what I would do. And then after that, I'm not going to put Hollywood Studios. I don't think Hollywood Studios deserves to be in the top echelon right now.
Let me push back on like some of these numbers you're throwing out there. You have one park that's a full day park. You have 3 that are half day parks, if that.
That's why I'm struggling to put them on the board even.
Yeah, and look, I'm with your struggle. I think that maybe Magic Kingdom goes in at number 10 on my list now.
And you could convince me, Culture, to put Dollywood at number 3 and Magic Kingdom at number 4. You could convince me of that. Dollywood's got 50, 60 rides.
Well, it's yes, exactly, and it's more in line with what Disneyland is, right? Disneyland is a 65 ride park by itself. 65 attractions. I have to say.
No, I'm wrong, Culture. I've messed up. I didn't think about this. Disneyland, the theme park itself, should be above Magic Kingdom. No doubt about
miles.
it. So
by miles.
So it should be. Yeah. So it goes Epic Universe, Islands of Adventure, Disneyland proper, then Dollywood. Probably Magic Kingdom, then Dollywood at number 5.
No,
and then we're in a big drop off.
There. No, the value's not there. You are removing value from the equation. Dollywood, Silver Dollar City, all these other locations we've talked about, the value of those experiences are higher, and because the cost to the family and to the individuals is less. You get more for your money almost everywhere but Disney.
Where would you put something like Knott's Berry Farm, Culture? Because it's not even on that list from USA Today, which I think makes the whole thing be totally sus.
Yeah, Knott's Berry Farm is great, especially if you're a food person. And again, I mean, they have attractions that have been around just as long, well, not just as long as Disney, but for nearly as long as Disney. And, some of them are beloved. Somebody else in our space, Theme Park Casual, goes there regularly and talks about the quality of the food versus going to a Disney theme park. You're not supposed to rave over theme park food, and yet Knott's Berry Farm, Dollywood, there's a few, examples that we can give. And, you think of Disney, you think of their popcorn and their bakery smells and stuff like that. Maybe you think of the candy store in Disneyland or whatever. But the food experiences are just, they don't measure up to other theme parks. Like I said, value is the thing. And as you put a creator on here that I'm more familiar with for his other material than going after Disney, but he was right when he was walking, taking his walk and talking. there are no perks. We've talked about this and lamented it for many a show. The perks have disappeared. Yeah, this is Michael Gerd.
And this is why, by the way, Culture, I can't endorse Epcot Hollywood Studios Animal Kingdom at being anywhere near the top of the list. I don't think I can put Hollywood Studios in the top 10 at all. I can get Epcot up there. And Animal Kingdom's tough. Yeah, Legoland might be better.
And SeaWorld, the new SeaWorld experiences and their focus on customer service and food has been reflected in the last few years. And for me, if I want to see something unique and out of the way and another place that has, kind of a different experience, I would, in Central Florida, I'd point to Gatorland. I mean, I'm a weird guy though, so.
Well, Gatorland's not in the top 10. We love Gatorland,
I see. But Culture is right. There's something for walking in the park and having a good time when it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. That's actually within the realm of possibility. Whereas Disney, they have created a system in which everything is so expensive and everything is so transactional.
Every step is monetized.
Right. When you go, and that's something that used to not be the case with Disney, even though they were, bar none, the premium product on the market. They were absolutely the best. But now every moment is stressful because you have to maximize value unless you happen to be, unless money is literally no object for you, in which it's kind of lost on you how great it is supposed to be.
All right. In 13 years, Disney has taken itself from the premier experience in all 4 of its parks and its shopping district and reduced themselves to maybe not in the top 10.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a real thing.
I agree. This is the point that we always come back to with Disney. Is Disney used to be a generational, multi-generational, if we're really being accurate, experience that everyone could do. But now it is just something that okay, well, your grandparents used to do it. Your parents maybe did it when they were single, but now if you got kids, well, let's hope for coupon day.
So here's what I'd like to settle on in the conversation, and that is, we have watched Disney use the parks now to pay for all their failures in so many other places. Disney Plus, Hulu, the box office, everything has performed poorly in my estimation. And, people can debate that, but I think it's true. The parks, though, have carried the day, and that's why Josh D'Amaro is CEO. I think we've reached the saturation level now where guests can no longer afford to subsidize the rest of Disney at the parks. We're monetizing every step. And we've reached the point now where when I hear Disney's not in the top 10, I'll defend them, but I'm not putting them anywhere close to number 1. And they used to be like, there was no doubt Disney is the king of theme parks. I think there's no doubt that Universal Studios now is, at least in Florida.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Where Disney has declined and declined and declined, all the while raising prices. Universal, I'm not going to say they're perfect. Express Pass is a ridiculously expensive product, and they're it looks like they may be doing what Disney did with the Lightning Lane multi-pass, cheaper option. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I think that's going to harm the parks, but it'll be better for the bottom line. Universal is going the other direction, as in the quality is going up. Everything that is not Disney right now is on the playing field because Paramount wants to work with them. Warner Brothers wants to work with them. I said the same company there by accident. One Piece has shown up in Fan Fest nights out there at Universal. Yep. They have things that you could bring to other parks other than this. Oh, well, they do original trilogy at that Star Wars land over there on the West Coast, as opposed to the East Coast. It's an incremental, like a small incremental gain for Star Wars land right now. They could announce an entirely new theme park with all new intellectual property, and Universal could make a great park out of it. They just did a Universal Monsters Land, and I have become a Universal Monsters fan because of that land, not the other way around. So that's something that Disney can't do right now. They took something that everyone loved in Star Wars and made it into something that everyone says, I'll pass. I guess if I'm there, we could do that.
Culture, I'll give you the final word on this. Tell us about your top 5 even. Where should people go if not Disney? And we're defending Disney, actually, because USA Today is slamming them in a way that we won't go there. But where should people go?
If not Disney, that makes it tougher. But Look, Disneyland's always going to be my home park. It's where I grew up as a kid. It's what made me fall in love with the company, which is why I think this is why all of us here get so angry when they've, nakedly destroyed this thing. Just the barefaced lied their way into oblivion. And so like right now, Epic Universe is the top of my list. I think Epic Universe, Islands of Adventure, and then the original Studios Park still beat out Magic Kingdom.
Oh, see, I don't put the original Studios Park in that. I might not put the original Studios Park in the top 10 even.
The original Studios Park today? No, definitely not. The original Studios Park maybe in the 90s. I would love to visit that, but maybe that's nostalgia talking. But like Jaws and Back to the Future and all that, I don't care about the Simpsons.
You're
right?
minimizing the major gains there. And perhaps I am looking forward because I know what's going to.
Diagon Alley is great, but if you put all that Harry Potter stuff in one park, then okay, yeah, sure.
You put Pokemon into it, like we're hearing maybe on the way. You might start to change my mind, but
yeah, okay, yeah. So that's fine. And look, we can hem and haw on it all day long, but Dollywood's going to be in my top 5.
It's a great park. It's absolutely a great park, and it doesn't have to have a new ride to be a great park.
No, it has plenty of new rides. It has
because they care.
Yeah, they do, and so they care about the food. I mean, I cannot stress that the most important thing to me, especially for family vacations now, is value. Disney has extracted value instead of added value. And that's Universal's added value left and right. That's what you guys were just elucidating a moment ago. And like I said, I mean, if you're going to look at the top 5 and you don't put Dollywood in there, Silver Dollar City, it doesn't become an honorable mention. You're not being, you're not looking at the whole picture, or you haven't been there.
And we're watching the video right now. Monsters Unchained in Universal Studios Epic Universe. In my opinion, it's the best, most technically impressive ride in the world. So
right.
Animatronics are.
And you say you're being positive on Disney. I'm not going to be positive on Disney. Disney put out videos about little critter single motion animatronics on Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Okra.
That was supposed to, swaying okra, and a robot gopher that just sways back and forth. There are, I don't know how many animatronics on Monsters Unleashed, Unchained, whichever one it is. I don't care which one it is. And they didn't, okay, you saw the Wolfman, you kind of saw the Frankenstein. There are so many animatronics on that ride that they wait to let you be surprised when you go in the ride. Whereas Disney would do a social media post naming every single one of the mummy's wrappings in the ride. So Universal topping them in marketing, Universal topping them in creative Imagineering. I'm going to say Universal creativity. This is no contest to me. Like give Disney of Bob Iger's tenure, especially his later tenure, versus Universal right now, and solve for time. Universal's the better one. No question to me. And Dollywood, I would still love to go to any day of the week. Disney, I have to work myself up to that. Give me a free ticket to Disney and tell me that I can't like do my job as a That Park Place reporter. I may not go.
It's a harder sell if you tell me, hey, you want to go to Hollywood Studios for a day? It's like, no, I think I'll pass on that one, honestly.
Too expensive. The food's terrible. And I'm still angry with, the parking situation there. But that's.
And you know what I've heard, Culture? It's too dang hot. Too dang hot.
Yeah, I mean, not enough shade. Look, the Studios parks, they kept removing shade. It's like, how did you end up with no shade in any of this park? The sails they put up over at Toy Story aren't even like adequate shade. This is dumb.
Listen, they put up quarter size umbrellas. It's going to be fine. Folks, too dang hot.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.